Thanks, Charlie, and great to see a competition winner here, hosting this week. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. We're here in the Gold Coast, and it's an honour to be here, sitting next to not just some great fighters, but also Mick Francis as well, Tasman Fighters, our partners here. Of course, Spencer Brown and Gold Star, and we want to officially, of course, thank His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh and Riyadh Season for their support for the first big Riyadh Season Australian card. And when I saw this card from Mick Francis, the first thing I thought was, why are you putting so many fights on? And he said he wanted to create something very special in the first card, the first big Riyadh Season card of 2025. Of course, incredible undercard, and what I feel is what could be one of the fights of the division, what could be one of the fights of the year. Because this Saturday on the Gold Coast, live and exclusive on DAZN around the world, you have what I think is a brilliant main event. The IBF and, of course, the Ring Magazine World Championships between, unquestionably, the #1 cruiserweight in the world, Jai Opetaia, against the man to my left, David Nyika. We all know him. We all know the potential. We all know this fight was one that was being built down the line. And for some reason, it landed on our lap on Wednesday, January the 8th. And I can't wait to see it unfold. Of course, Justice Huni down the end, 25 years of age. In my opinion, one of the best young heavyweight prospects in the world. Already world ranked, this time against Sean Potgieter. There you go, Sean, tried. South African heavyweight champion, another good test. And we're going to hear from everyone shortly. Before I throw over to Mick, just to talk about the way that this fight unfolded, this main event, because I think the dynamics and the politics of boxing are so interesting. Jai Opetaia was due a mandatory defence. We had Sin Cara, okay, good fighter, not the best, but we have to deal with it. All of a sudden, Sin Cara's out injured. Mick called me and we started going down the list. And he said, he's not available. And we get to David Nyika. And Mick says, Nyika's not going to take it. I said, no, he won't take it. And then we kept going down. And you actually did a deal with an opponent down the list. And then he phoned me back and he said, David Nyika wants to fight. I'm like, no. I couldn't believe it. I think we are so lucky to get this fight. Fair play to David Nyika. Fair play to Noel Thornberry as well for stepping up. This is what fighters should do, a life-changing opportunity. And he sees something, which we'll come on to shortly. Before we talk to the fighters, I want to pass over to a man that's been working very, very hard on the ground here. And I think shout out to Fran as well. We've seen damaged hands from her work on the canvas yesterday. Mick Francis, Tasman Fighters.
No worries. Thanks, Eddie. Look, first I'll say, Eddie, thank you for coming out. This is a great event. Like, we're excited. Make no mistake, this is the biggest fight Australia against Australia and New Zealand. We have the All Blacks against the Wallabies. We've got Jai against David. Like, this is massive. Mate, I'm really thankful for David for taking the fight. And as Eddie said, when I got the phone call originally, I panicked. I thought to myself, mate, we're in trouble here. Went through the list, because we've already went through the list before with the top 10. David was always going to be on this card. David was going to defend his IBF Intercontinental title. We've been through, and that was going to be for the #2 spot. We went through, #1 with Sin Cara, obviously he was out. #2 was vacant. Then we had to work through the list. When we came to David, we thought this is going to be a great fight, but probably in the future, because we can really build this in the future. But you've got to take the opportunity when it's there. And yeah, hats off to David, really proud of him. Noel Thornberry. Noel's done a great job with David, preparing him for this fight as well. But yeah, you've got to take the opportunities. And you know, for the first Riyadh season here in Australia, like, you couldn't get a better card. Justice Huni, mate, he's going places, 25 years old. We're excited to have him on the card as well. So, you know, tune in on Wednesday night. Tickets are going to go live at 1 p.m. today. We have released another 250 tickets. So tell everyone, let them know, but it'll go fast. They won't last. And obviously live on DAZN, download the app. But yeah, no, thank you for everyone coming out and supporting. Yesterday was a great day. Today's going to be a great day. There's a lot of events still leading up to the fight night. Yeah, we've got a good pre-card, so you know, try and get there nice and early on Wednesday night. But I went to the venue earlier this morning with Fran and Amanda. The venue looks amazing. It is Riyadh season, and we will do Turki Al Sheikh proud. So, Eddie, thank you for coming out, and I'll hand it back to you.
Thanks, Mick. Let's talk about that heavyweight fight firstly. Sean, welcome. Big opportunity for you, South African heavyweight champion, ready to go to war on Wednesday night against Justice Huni.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having us. First of all, I just want to thank the Lord, my Savior, Jesus Christ. Without him, this wouldn't have been possible. I just want to thank DAZN Fighters and Team Huni for giving us this opportunity to be here. And this is a big step up for us. First big international fight for us to come out of our home country, South Africa. As we know, in South Africa, we don't get everything on a silver platter. We have to work for everything that we got. And we worked hard enough to get to this platform.
Obviously, we know South Africa at the moment gifted with the smaller weight classes as well. Nonshinga, one of our guys, we've seen him capture 2 world championships as well. But Justice Huni, world ranked as well, and a massive opportunity for you to burst onto the heavyweight scene.
Yeah, what can I say, God puts us in the right places at the right times. We are on a roll in South Africa, and we got world champions there, and it just shows you that we're not to be counted out.
Well, good luck. Justice, welcome. Keeping nice and active over here. We saw some big international fights for you, and just feels like now just getting back in your groove, getting nice and active as you prepare for what is a massive 2025.
Yeah, that's it. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you to Mick and Fran and Amanda, you, Eddie, for coming down under and, helping put on this big event. So, yeah, thank you.
Those experiences that you gained internationally, tough fight in Mexico, tough fight in Riyadh as well. Just a slight step backwards the last couple of fights, good test on Wednesday, but still at the same time, realising you're 25 years of age, you have limited professional experience as well, and you've got to get it right as you move through the world heavyweight rankings.
Yeah, that's it. I'm only 11 fights into my career, and, I believe those big fights I had overseas, they were just a test for me, and, I'm slowly starting to find my feet in this professional game, so, yeah, I can't wait to see where it takes me.
Well, fantastic young heavyweight charge from Australia in action Wednesday night. Let's talk about the main event, and we'll start with the challengers side. Noel, welcome. I can't believe this fight's happening. I mean, I was looking at this fight thinking in 12 months' time, this is going to be a massive fight. And all of a sudden, we're here, a couple of days away from David Nyika challenging for the IBF and the Ring Magazine World Championship. What an opportunity, what a night.
Look, thanks, Eddie. It's great to be here. Look, it was just an opportunity that we just couldn't pass by. When Mick rang and said Chinkara's been injured, everybody else down the list had pulled out, and I'd been through that list a couple of weeks prior to that, trying to get an opponent for David to fight so we could perhaps contest the number 2 position in the IBF. And so it was no surprise to me at all that no one would accept the fight with Jai on 3 weeks' notice. So my original reaction to Mick's request was, 3 weeks' notice is not much good at all. I said he's fighting the best cruiserweight in the world. I rang David and I said, hang on, Mick, just hold that thought. I'll ring David and I'll see what David's take is on it. So when I rang David, I said to Dave, listen, this is what's happened. Chinkara's out. We've been through the list. David's summed it up in one sentence. He just says, Noel, I'm hot right now. He said, let's do it. And that was it, one sentence. And there was not an ounce of hesitation, and it's a credit to him.
Obviously a big key in it. We know that David has the pedigree, fantastic amateur. We know he's a world-class fighter, but there's something that you two must see, and we'll come on to David shortly, you two believe you're going to win this fight on Wednesday night. It's not an opportunity. We know that financially this fight could have been built up down the line. Right now, you truly believe that he can become world champion on Wednesday night.
Yeah, well, look, I think on Wednesday night we're going to see the 2 best cruiserweights in the world in the ring. Okay, Jai Opetaia is the top dog, and David's special. Both these young men have the will to win. They have incredible skill, and being that both of them have indomitable spirits, I think it'll come down to skill. And I just think David's skill set is better than anybody in the world.
Well, we'll speak to David shortly. We'll go to Tapu firstly. Tapu, welcome. Nice and active in this campaign with your son, of course, on an incredible run, but how good to see him returning back to Australia for almost 2.5 years since he became world champion, and a big fight, a big test on Wednesday night.
Thank you for having us here, and thanks Mick and yourself. And we're happy to be home, I guess, and we look forward to it.
What do you see in this test on Wednesday night? We know David Nyika is an outstanding fighter as well. Nothing to lose. And obviously people talking about what might be coming for Jai Opetaia, but I'm sure razor focused for this test.
Yeah, like they said, David's probably one of the top guys in the cruiserweight division, so we're definitely looking forward to it. We know he can box and all that sort of stuff, but we prepare inside and outside the ring, so we're ready to go, you know, see what happens.
Thank you, Tapu. Dave, welcome. Known you a long time. I didn't expect this opportunity to come when it did, but massive belief from you. You were the one that pulled the trigger. You were the one to say, let's do it. And destiny awaits in 48 hours.
That's it. Yeah, this is what we play for. You know, I've trained hard. I believe in myself, and I've got just as much heart, just as much grit as Jai. Jai obviously has the experience that I don't possess, and I'm going to prove to everybody in 48 hours the capability that I have and the ability to become the new cruiserweight world champion.
What's behind that decision when that time comes, that phone call comes? Is it the sparring that you've had? Is it just the belief in your own ability? I saw the pictures on the wall saying, I will knock Jai Opetaia out. You just believe that this was the right time for you?
I think I can beat anybody, put anybody in front of me. I've worked with the best cruiserweights, the best heavyweights in the world. I can beat anybody, and I'll show everybody that in 48 hours. That's all it takes. You know, I've prepared for this for the last 15 years. You know, I never aimed any lower than the top. So this is just my opportunity, my chance to prove to the world exactly why I'm here.
I saw the head-to-heads, I saw the build-ups. Joe talking about a dogfight, thinks you're going to try and box and move in this fight as well. Ready to mix it up and do whatever it takes. You believe that little poster on the wall behind you, you believe you can knock this man out?
I've got just as much dog as Jai, and he knows that. He knows that I come to fight. It's whatever he wants to do, whatever transpires on the night. I'm here for it. This is going to be an instant classic, I believe. And whatever he wants to bring, whatever I bring on the night, I'm not giving anything away. But this is going to be, I believe we're going to go through the gears. You know, it'll be a chess match. It'll be a dog fight. But I really feel like this is the fight to make today. And Sin Cara wasn't going to pose a threat to Jai. I believe that I'm going to do one better and become the next cruiserweight world champion.
No doubt in your mind, you become not just the IBF world champion, but the Ring Magazine champion, the man of the division on Wednesday. Yeah.
This is, like I said, this is what we play for. I've never aimed for any lower, and I truly believe that Jai is the guy to beat. I believe that he possesses all the skill in the world. He has everything that I want right now, and all I need to do is prove to everybody that I'm capable of the same and more.
You've seen him against Bradish, you've seen him against great talent come through. The injuries, David Nyika has the power to take him out inside the distance.
Yeah.
Jai, welcome. Back at home in Australia, 2.5 years. It's something that I know Mick's been wanting for a while. It's been an incredible run in London and, of course, in Riyadh as well. What a great fight to return home to. A great fighter in David Nyika, a real test, but confident that you can move forward and defend your world championship in front of your people on Wednesday.
Definitely. You know, it's good to be here, good to be back in Australia, home soil. It's been a long time coming. You know, we've done a lot of international travel, a lot of international fights. So we're not new to these big stages anymore. You know, this feels like another day in the office. We're meant to be here. You know, we've done our apprenticeship. This is just all fruit of the labour. You know what I mean? We've built this division on my back. You know what I mean? So it's good. I'm ready. And I'm sick of these interviews and I just want to fight.
Just a couple more questions because we have to do it. But what do you make of the confidence of David Nyika? I know that everybody believes they can win. Do you believe that he believes that he becomes world champion this week?
Of course. Yeah, I believe all my last opponents have. You know, I've sat down and had table faces and stuff with them, and they've all had that fire in the eye. They've all believed that this is their time to become a world champion. Just like I believe this is another stepping stone to my journey to greatness, to becoming the undisputed. But without getting the job done on the 8th, it all means nothing. So I must win.
We talked about dogfights, we talk about chess matches. What do you expect from David Nyika? Do you expect him to have that dogfight with you? I know you want it, but you expect an all-round performance from him? Do you believe he'll be willing to stand and fight with you?
Like I said, this is his chance to become a world champion. You know, this is what us boys strive for our whole lives, our whole career. You know, if I know he's willing to dig deep because this is what we wait for. We wait for these opportunities, but I'm ready for it. I've been in his shoes. I know where he's coming from, and I've still got that hunger. So wherever this goes, let's go there.
Well, I want to just get one word. I know that the standard reply is always whatever it takes, points, knockout, but when you manifest it, Dave, and when you see it, and I know you're a believer in that, how does David Nyika win on Wednesday night and become new world champion?
By any means, by any means. I'm not giving anything away. This is my chance. It's too valuable to tell anybody how the fight's going to go down. But I have my plans. Jai, I hope he has his.
Jai, and for you? Do you win this fight inside the distance?
However I got to win it. The knockout comes, it comes. I know I can hurt him. But we're not chasing that. We're chasing a smart fight. We do our job, you know. Very dangerous time in that ring with those little gloves.
When you say you know you can hurt him, is that because you know you can hurt anyone? You take anything from sparring, or you look at this man and believe you can break him down?
Man, I just know I can hurt people, you know. I know. But in saying that, we fight smart. We play the game. Let's do it.
Well, two great guys, two great fighters. This is, for me, as we said, I think the best fight in the cruiserweight division. DAZN, Joe Hackney, everybody, Chrissy, you stumbled across an instant classic this Wednesday. And what a time to kick off the year. What an opportunity for Australian boxing. I think there is so many great fighters from Australia now with the opportunity to fight internationally and as well with DAZN support to fight domestically. We're going to be looking to be nice and active here with Mick and our partners here in Australia, back in March as well, with hopefully some announcements very soon. But this week, make sure you tune in live on DAZN wherever you are, because you've got a great undercard and a brilliant, brilliant main event. The IBF World Championship and the Ring Magazine Championship. Jai Opetaia against David Nyika on a stacked night from the Gold Coast. We're going to face the guys off now. Don't miss it. Thank you.
When you're ready, boys, you can pick it up.
Really good energy there from the boys. Very intense face-off. Exactly what we want to see.
Let's go, David.
Eddie, happy to just let this one play out. The crowd very active. We're loving this energy at the moment. The boys really showing up here for the press conference.
Yeah, this face-off just has to marinate.
Okay, we wind up when you're ready and say goodbye to everybody.
So there we have it. We're welcoming and thanking everybody for coming out. This has been the press conference. Obviously now we're at the business end, boys, of Fight Week. We've just had the face-off there at the end.